Do what J.K. Rowling been doing besides the getting canceled part.
I'm trying to be Jeff Bezos.
So that's the type of bitch this is.
I'm trying to be Jeff Bezos.
Like, isn't it crazy that time is just literally fake?
Maybe we'll get to the point where piracy is just legal.
What's up, Jelly Beans? Welcome back to another episode of Jelly.
Hi.
We're giving you business core today, giving you corporate core, and we're just getting ready for our big boy job.
Well, I'm giving you country core.
No, that's what you're going to be wearing to the office. To the country.
Literally.
Countryside.
Literally.
So what you been up to? As if we're pretending this is not a double feature.
You know, so daylight savings recently happened, and it totally caught me off guard. I didn't even realize that it was going to happen this week.
Yeah, I was still awake, I think, when I noticed that it happened. Because it happened at like 1 or 2, something like that. And I was up, because it was over the weekend, I believe. So.
Yeah, it was this weekend.
I was up doing whatever, and I was like, wasn't it just about to turn 2? But then it was 1 again, so I was like, oh, I thought we already got rid of daylight savings.
No, literally, like, I thought there was like a whole, like committee or something that they voted on, and they said let's get rid of daylight savings.
So apparently it was like this thing called like the Sunshine Protection Act or something, but it never got passed all the way through. So they're still trying to implement it, but it hasn't gone through the process of whatever it takes.
And it probably won't get through because, let's be honest, America got a lot on their plate right now.
A lot. So changing daylight savings is really on the bottom of the barrel. Let's just say that.
So I guess we're going to be living with daylight savings for a while.
Right.
Do you like daylight savings?
I actually used to like daylight savings because when it turned darker, I would think, oh, like the day's ending. But then I would be happy because there's still time in the day left. But now that I've gotten older, I think I'm more appreciating the sunlight and like the way it gives me energy. And I rather have more sunshine in my day.
I mean, yeah, like, I don't even know, like, we fell back, right? Spring forward,
what do you
fall
mean?
Back.
What does that mean?
Like lose an hour or gain an hour.
I think we...
So we lost an hour.
No, we gain an hour because we get an extra hour of sleep.
Forward. Oh, and fall back. So yeah, we do gain an hour, I guess.
I don't know. The way that you said it confused me.
I don't even fucking know. But I think when we gain an hour, it's whatever. When we lose an hour, it's stupid as fuck.
Oh, like in the spring?
Yeah. So for me, I'm just like, don't toy with my heart. Let's just keep the same time.
Also, something I've never considered with daylight savings is how it fucks up like airlines.
How so?
Because my friend was traveling during that day, or her.
Oh, and her time.
And her time got messed up.
Ooh.
And so.
Did she miss her flight?
No, I think they made it. Luckily, but that's something I never considered. And just, I'm sure if airlines get messed up, like there's other things that are time dependent that will get messed up. Interviews, if you ever have interviews, maybe I don't know, fucking like. What else is time dependent?
I don't know, but yeah, you're right. It's a gag to fly on the day daylight savings is happening.
Right. Well, recently I watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw it. I made a review on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it was dog shit.
I thought it was camp.
You thought it was camp?
I thought it was bad, but like so bad it was funny.
No, see, that's where I thought it was not even good because sometimes when horror movies are so bad, I think it's funny. Like Cocaine Bear was hilarious.
Really? Because I heard someone told me that that movie is boring as hell.
No, it was hilarious.
That's what someone told me.
Well, I guess different kinds of humor.
Right.
But when I was sitting through FNAF, I was like, this is clearly made for children.
No, I had the same thought. Literally, while I was watching it, I was like, in my head, I could feel the bar for movies just going so down.
Literally.
Because I was like, oh shit, this is Gen Alpha. This is Gen Alpha core. Exactly. This is what Gen Alpha is about to love.
No, and let me tell you, while I was in the theater, there was a group of Gen Alpha kids in front of me, and they kept on whispering things like they knew. They were like, oh, like Chica, ha ha ha, like Foxy, blah. And I'm like, okay, like I just... I guess I'm so far removed from FNAF now. Because the first FNAF came out when we were like teenagers.
I'm gonna be honest though, I never knew what the fuck it was. That's me personally.
Well, I was a fan of the first and second games because I liked just horror games at the time. And also I was like a big fan of Matt Pat. I still am, but like not as much.
Oh girl, you saw his cameo.
Yes, I saw his cameo. Honestly, get his bag though. Get his coins. You know, like I'm proud of him. For right. I mean, like for small YouTubers to get a cameo in.
Is he small though?
I mean, one of the bigger YouTubers, I guess. Also, did you know Markiplier was supposed to be in the movie too?
Yeah, I heard that.
He was supposed to be, spoilers, the guy who dies in the very beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out if the taxi guy was someone famous.
Yeah, he was a YouTuber.
See, that's what it felt like because we were
I
like,
don't know who that
we were
is,
like,
though.
why is he coming back twice? And he wasn't funny at all.
Ooh, clock his tea. Well,
Just have
he's
to
not
be
an
honest.
actor. So.
You're right.
I mean, Matt Pat was feeling his theater. Oh,
Literally,
honey.
girl. Literally.
But honestly, good for him. Like, I feel like that's a big accomplishment, even if it's like, what, 5 seconds? of
Girl,
cameo?
everybody in the theater was like, they were like going crazy over him.
Not going crazy.
Not going
him.
crazy, but like, our theater was loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were loud.
I went during a time not a lot of people were there. I think it was like an afternoon. There were some kids there. But anyway, I thought it was really bad. I did not think it was funny at all.
Yeah, my boyfriend agrees with you. He was like, that's the worst movie I've ever seen ever.
I'm Team Connor.
And I was like, no, it's camp.
No, you know what's camp is Megan. Megan was camp. FNAF is like the straight version of Megan.
I've never seen it.
Megan was camp. But this movie, I was just like, why are you making a horror movie for kids, first of all?
Literally.
But, I mean, I guess they know FNAF is like a huge, like,
you know
kids.
what it is, though?
What?
I think a lot of my watching the movie was really tainted.
Why?
Because one of my celebrity crushes.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Girl, what is there to talk about? Okay, so I was walking into the movie because I was like, I used to like him, but he's probably not cute now.
No,
and
he was
then,
very cute.
And then the movie opened and he came on screen. I was like,
Oh my god.
I was like, girl.
I won't even clock you on that because
I was living.
He was very cute in the movie.
He was the best part of the whole movie.
He looked very good. But then you see him in real life and you realize he's 5'. Oh, well, he's your height, so.
So that's not a problem for me.
Right. Right, and you're on line of sight.
Right.
I mean, I agree. He looked very, very fine in the movie. He was like the best part.
Literally, girl. The worst part was that fucking girl. I was like waiting for her to die.
Disappointed in her. I was really disappointed in her because I know her from You.
Oh, she's in that?
Mm-hmm. She was like in the first season. I thought she did a good job in that. Even though she was like giving the same vibe in both movies.
Really? Well, she is the child.
Wait. Oh, the little girl.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the blonde bitch.
Oh, wait. Like the grandma character?
No, girl. The
aunt?
police.
Oh, that bitch.
Yes.
Oh, girl. That bitch. I forgot she was in the movie.
Full, and everyone did so.
Like, honestly, that her character was so obviously written by a straight man.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it was so obvious.
100%.
Like, it was just cringy, honestly.
It was really cringy. I thought a lot of the dialogue was hella cringy.
Oh, it was horrible.
Also, we're going to be talking about a little spoilers, so just so y'all know. The whole fort scene, when they were building the fort.
Oh, girl, no, we were all like, what the
think?
fuck is going on?
Did you think it was funny?
No.
Did you think that was camp?
No, we thought it was... Well, I thought it was camp.
Well, they thought it was camp because they thought they were camping.
I thought it was camp, but we were like, what the fuck is going on?
No,
and then, like, where they were all, like, hugging each other.
I was so over it.
And, like, laying down.
I was like, I need to see
whatever
these
that
bitches get ripped apart. That's what I need to see.
I think if it leaned into the gore, I think it could be better.
If it
but
had
they
an
couldn't.
R-rated
They
movie-
couldn't because they're trying to market it to kids.
You're right. But that's where the disparity comes in because
Yeah.
why are you marketing a horror movie for kids?
Well, it is a kid franchise.
You're right. But then at that point, the kids know that it's a horror and they know that it's a violent game. So you can make it like a little more gory.
But the thing is, if it becomes gory, then it's gonna get a PG-13 or a rated R. Is it PG-13?
It's PG-13.
Okay, so then if it's gory, it's gonna get a rated R rating, which means the main fan base is not gonna be able to even watch the movie in theaters,
right?
Which is where they get most of their money.
I've always said that you don't need gore to make something scary. But you just need to have a way to make it scary.
But FNAF is not going to be scary in general. Also, my main gripe with it was the lack of jump scares. Oh, no. That's like the whole thing.
No, they had jump scares, but they were so obvious that it was not even a jump scare.
Yeah, it was bad.
Girl, it was a hop scare.
It was bad. They really needed a lot more jump scares. Because in a movie like PG-13, you can't do much. You can't do show blood. You can't do gore. So
you gotta get creative.
What do you do? Get creative, but they obviously threw that out the window. So just do jump scares, and they couldn't even accomplish that.
The scariest part was the first 30 seconds when they did the saw trap thing.
Right.
And like that was the highest peak of horror in the movie. And that was
it was not scary at all.
It was not scary.
But I thought it was so bad it was funny. That was my opinion.
No, I was not even laughing. I was ready to leave the theater. But, in conclusion, Josh Hutcherson...
He saved the movie, girl.
Saved the movie. He was the only one that could act.
Fully.
He was very cute in the movie.
Fully.
And he has had a glow up, honestly, since back in the day, since Hunger Games. Even though everyone loved him in Hunger Games.
Hunger Games is my least favorite movie from him.
What else has he been in?
He's been in a couple things. I forgot.
Oh, well. I thought this was the first movie he was been back in. Oh,
it is, though. It is.
He was in that random superhero movie recently. Was it Black Widow?
I don't know.
I think he was in Black Widow.
Anyway, but no, this is his first feature film in a long time.
Yeah.
Because he was more of a 2000s actor.
I hope he got his bag, honestly.
Oh, no, he did.
Let's hope.
So.
Oh, they did very well box office wise.
They did.
I think they had like a 20 million budget, and then they made like a lot more.
Yeah, and honestly, have you seen the Rotten Tomatoes for it?
Yeah, and it's a huge disparity again.
Yeah. It's like 20% rating for
Critics.
Rotten Tomatoes, and then like 88% rating for audience. Because I'm telling you, Gen Alpha loves it.
It is a very Gen Alpha movie.
They need nothing to be entertained, really. The bar for entertainment for them is so low.
Right. I'm like, am I watching Paw Patrol at this point? Like,
literally.
But I wanted to bring up FNAF because, the boy in the movie, the little kid that plays the dead version of Freddy. Like the blonde kid.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
People are simping over him on like TikTok and social media. Girl. They're making like thirst edits of him.
And that kid like is 8?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
I'm like, how is this allowed and how is this like spread across the internet and no one's saying anything?
I guess people make the excuse of like, oh, I'm also underage. I'm also 10 or 12.
The thing is, I don't even think those are the people making those kind of videos.
Yeah, they probably not.
I'm like, not you guys literally fully exposing yourself as creeps on the internet.
Fully. Fully. Well, let's just say a lot of those fandoms have things like that.
You're fully right. I mean, even back when FNAF came out, I told you this before, but I had friends that would like draw FNAF fan art all the time and ended up being furries. Ooh. So that was like the crowd. That was the fan base. I mean, we've been new. And they influencing the next generation of kids, I guess.
Ooh, well, we're not conflating furries with being maps.
Maps?
Yeah. It's like the politically correct term for like pedophile.
Oh, right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying if you're furry, you're a pedo. We love furries here.
Well,
we don't discriminate.
Well.
But also, FNAF is having real world impacts on Chuck E. Cheese. Because Chuck E. Cheese is now trying to get rid of all of their animatronics because they're like seen as creepy now. Which they kind of are creepy.
They are creepy, but isn't that a reason to keep it?
Exactly. Like, it's vintage. It's like their brand. It's
like just
the whole Chuck E. Cheese point.
I don't know. Lean into the horror.
Exactly.
Well, no one in the world thinks creatively. So.
Or like, honestly, have some kind of brand deal with FNAF.
Literally, that would be smart.
Like, have maybe a Freddy animatronic show up. then you'll have people be going to Chuck E. Cheese again.
Exactly. That would be smart as fuck.
Like, all Chuck E. Cheese has been doing recently is trying to deflect. Like, when they almost got...
Chuck E. Cheese is really about to go under as a business. Let's be honest.
I mean, I don't know how they're still standing.
All they're trying to do is just fucking sell their pizza on DoorDash.
Oh, fully.
Did you see that they do that?
No, but do you remember when they almost got canceled a few years back when Shane Dawson made his...
For doing what?
Because Shane Dawson made, like, some fucking video where he was saying how they reuse leftover
their
pizza.
cheese or something like that? Yeah,
Yeah, and they all put it together, so it's like a Frankenstein pizza.
I think I did hear that.
And then they came out and they were like, we do not do that, and I cannot believe you would try to defame our name like that. And they almost sued Shane Dawson, and so I think he had to take that video down or something. But anyway, yeah, FNAF is a cultural phenomenon.
It really is. Shout out to the guy who fucking made that.
So smart.
Like, you were ahead of the curve, and you got your bag.
He really did, and he continues to. He has, like, so many books out. He has a movie out now. He has plenty of video games.
Apparently, they're still making FNAF games.
Are they really?
I don't know, but...
At this point, you just need to let the fans like run with it. You need to stop making things. It's going to get overexposed.
But see, the thing is, like, if you let the fans run with it, it's the best thing to do culture-wise. Mm-hmm. But then you can't directly monetize it, which is why a lot of people don't like to do that. They like to have cold, hard control until the very end. Which is dumb.
That's true.
It's dumb. It's dumb. If your only thing is monetizing, you can't be greedy. You've made so much money off of it already.
I'm like at the point. I feel like Scott Cawthon can retire at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Like, girl, maybe make the sequel that you want to, because we know that's gonna be greenlit. Like, it made so much money.
Right.
So maybe just focus on that.
Right. Make the sequel and get your bigger bag.
Exactly. Do what J.K. Rowling been doing besides the getting canceled part. Is just sit there, look
or
pretty,
that too,
right, and get your bag,
right.
So that's the smart thing to do. And speaking of people getting canceled, did you see that Mr. Beast is getting canceled again?
For what?
So he recently, it's so stupid, girl. He recently made a video that's like, I made 100 wells, 1,000 wells, or maybe 1,000,000 wells. Who knows his numbers these days? In Africa. And people are like, you are exploiting the poor. You are just, making these videos to make yourself look better and just going into these poor countries and messing up their stuff. I'm like, sure, he is making money off of this, I guess, but also the result is the result. You are helping Africa. You're making plenty of wells. I think the net positive outweighs the net negative, which is him making his money, which is, his income.
So what are they mad about? They're mad about him putting wells in Africa?
They're just mad at the concept of him exploiting poor people in poor countries.
Okay, but that's his whole brand.
Exactly.
Not exploiting poor people, but exploiting people. Like, is that not his brand? Like, to get people to do things for money, see how far they'll go. Like, that's his whole thing, right?
Yeah. He doesn't just make, like, exploitation videos.
It's not even exploiting, though, because people are voluntarily going into it.
Right.
And he is ultimately benefiting people by giving them money. And that's the choice that they choose to make.
I personally don't think he deserves to get canceled at all, and he's not going to.
Girl, that's such a fake cancel movement. No one even knows about that.
And even himself on Twitter, on X.
He acknowledged it?
He acknowledged it. He was like, I know y'all are going to come for me, but I'm going to be honest, I don't care.
Ooh.
And I'm like, you better work, Jimmy. Like, he knows he's the shit. Like, literally. He knows he's the biggest YouTuber.
And the thing is, that's such a Gen Z thing to even give a fuck about. Gen Alpha doesn't give a fuck. And that's the most of his viewers is Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha?
I would say so.
So you think Gen Alpha's canceling him or Gen Z is canceling him?
Gen Z is trying to cancel him, but Gen Alpha doesn't care.
I don't know who's been saying that. Probably Gen Z.
What do you mean?
The people that are trying to cancel him?
It's Gen Z, girl.
You're right.
Let's listen to the rhetoric. It's obviously Gen Z. Girl, Gen Z really going down in history. Actually, let me not even say that.
Ooh.
But you know how, like, afterwards we, like, categorize the different generations by, like, how they are?
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z is going to be the pretentious one, the one who SJWs.
You know what?
The ones who...
Trying to look into the future, it's beginning to look a lot like Gen Z. is going to be going down as the villains in history.
Literally. And I'm anti-Gen Z, let's be honest. Like, at this point...
I'm a millennial at this point.
I mean, at this point. Like,
I'm Gen Alpha. I'm Team Skibbity.
Right. Well, I wouldn't take it that far.
Well...
So...
I mean, many people get canceled for no reason.
For literally no reason.
Like Mariah Carey.
What does she do?
Well,
My queen.
Right.
It's time.
Doom, 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 doom.
But what'd she do, girl?
Anyway, so she's getting sued for $20 million again.
Stop.
Because apparently there's this other 1989 song. Her song came out in 1994. So there's this other 89 song that's called the same title, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Are you kidding?
And the writers of the song, Andy Stone and Troy Powers, are saying that she's ripping off their song. And I heard the two songs. Girl, they don't sound similar at all. So, it's just the name that's the same.
So that song was released in 1989, and Mariah's song was released in 1984?
94.
94?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Mariah's did come out after, but the only thing that sounds similar is the title. I'm like, there are many songs that have the same title.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do, copyright a phrase?
No, and...
Like, I'm very confused. She said, all I want for Christmas.
I would need to hear
sued.
it. Right. I would need to hear it.
They don't sound similar at all, which is the real gag.
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. I hope they throw it out.
Right.
I hope that she doesn't even have to show up to court.
Right. And there's one more person that is getting sued and fully in prison for the next 110 years.
Oof.
Have you heard about this?
The crypto guy.
The crypto guy. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. So he is known for the FTX cryptocurrency. And he's recently been charged with fraud, money laundering, and embezzling $8 billion. So he was the richest person under 30.
That's crazy.
With $26 billion in personal wealth. And he was also the second highest donor to the Democratic election last time.
Oh.
So he's had a lot of money, a lot of power. And his whole thing was like, I want to use my money to help people, whatever. Turns out all of this was fake. He was money laundering. And now he got caught. And he's done for.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't know how the fuck he thought he could get away with that. Like, literally, what is going on in your brain that you think you could get away with that? Also, it's like crypto in general, I'm sure there are people who are making legitimate money from it.
Sure.
But these days, if it says crypto, I'm assuming it's a scam.
I don't understand how crypto works at all.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even trust any crypto if it's not Bitcoin.
Right.
Like the OG one, that's different. But all these random cryptos, like
Dogecoin,
girl, or I don't even know what else they have. That Musk coin.
Wow.
Like, if you're investing in that, honestly, I don't feel bad for you. Like, I'm sorry.
Do you think it's gonna die off?
Yes, it's already dying off.
What do you? When do you think it's gonna be completely dead?
Probably 2030.
Yeah, that's a good estimate. Even NFTs are basically done.
Girl, NFTs are fully done. I saw this article or something, and it was like ranking the NFTs, the most highest paid NFTs for what they're worth now. And they're worth like not even a fraction of what they were originally worth. Like, people paid thousands of dollars.
Is going to continue to buy
and now they're
shit?
worth like $10,
Duh,
$50.
We all been new.
I'm like, $50. That sounds expensive. Honestly.
Especially AI is kind of ruining that too.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no. It was a very small bubble that popped very quick.
It was only maybe... NFT's been around maybe 5 years.
Right, and then it got big in like 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then it ended.
I mean...
Probably this year.
Fully.
If that.
Fully.
Maybe even last year, girl.
So whoever bought your NFTs, y'all won.
Right. And whoever bought NFT, whoever made an NFT, sold it for money in 2020, got some actual money, you won.
Fully. And, okay, speaking of one more person who is going broke, this guy actually won the $2 billion lottery. Did you hear about that?
I've seen this.
And you would think with $2 billion, you should be set for several lifetimes.
Literally.
So what actually is end up happening is he wanted to cash in all the money at once. So because of that.
Which is the better decision.
Is it?
It is.
I don't know what to do in a situation like that. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Like, what would I buy?
What would you buy? Like, what would your reaction be? How would you live your lives?
Like, if I won $2 billion or any lottery?
$2 billion, girl.
Girl. I mean, literally, I would literally just pray. And I'd be like, at this point, I'm fully religious now. I'm fully giving up the gay lifestyle.
Girl, you better be having 24/7 security on you.
Oh, the other thing is you can choose to stay anonymous. I don't know why the fuck this guy chose to not be anonymous.
You can choose to be anonymous, but
this story makes me so fucking mad. Like,
this
guy is so
idiotic.
Fucking idiot.
Such a fucking
like
someone
should kill
fuck.
him, to be honest. Why the fuck do you have $2 billion and you don't even know what the fuck to do with it? Like, really?
He's actually very, very, very...
Like, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it.
It clearly shows someone who has never had money before.
If I was the government, I'd say, let me get that back.
Fully. You know who's actually winning in this story?
Who?
The IRA.
The IRS?
The IRS.
Yeah.
Because they be getting that tax money, honey.
Oh, girl, fully.
So, anyways, if I got the lottery, girl, I'd be getting full-time security on me. Because even if I chose to be anonymous, I think there's probably a way for people to find out.
Yeah.
And I would probably buy myself nice things first. But I would honestly probably try to use my money for good.
Girl, for me, I'm investing all of it. You hoes not seeing one dime of it. And I'm also flying the fuck out. I'm getting the fuck away from this place. I must keep my property here. I'm gonna buy...
she's not trying to end world hunger with her money.
No, girl. I'm trying to be Jeff Bezos.
So that's the type of bitch this is.
I'm trying to be Jeff Bezos.
Like, this is how
girl,
I want
but you know you would do the same things. He's trying to be performative for online.
Bitch, $2 billion, you could live lavishly with multiple people and still have enough money to end world hunger.
Okay, well, the thing is, I'm gonna do my thing first.
Well, that's what I said. I'm going to buy myself nice things first.
No. It's not buy myself nice things. It's I'm going to get myself situated.
Well, yes. We're assuming you're going to be safe somewhere where people can't be assassinating you.
No,
because I'm the first one who's going to be assassinating you.
You're not understanding. It's not clicking for her.
Oh, she's trying to go Ocean Gate under the ocean, hide away.
No, girl. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm situated. So I'm gonna invest it. I'm gonna put that money to work for me. I'm gonna buy property. I'm gonna make sure that I can have a substantial passive income.
Sure. Which you wouldn't even need at that point, but it would be for future generations.
Right.
Sure.
And I'm going to invest in shit. I will become an angel investor, honestly. That's what I would start doing.
But I'm also considering that under buy nice things for myself.
But, okay, buy nice things sounds like frivolous, so that sounds like you're just doing
right, but I'm considering using my money, however, for personal gain. Let me just rephrase it. Use my money for personal gain.
I mean, of course. But I'm saying for me, that would be like a 4-year process.
A 4-year process?
Like, it would be multiple years of me getting myself situated.
I didn't say there was a time limit.
Okay, well, because you're making it sound like immediately after.
Well, no. I'm saying, okay, the only thing I would do immediately after is make sure I have protection.
That'd be the first thing you buy?
Probably. I don't want people to be coming for me.
But who's gonna know, girl?
There's definitely a way to find out.
Other than the guy at the gas station?
Bitch, I think
like the government.
Probably the black market will know.
The IRS knows.
The fucking IRS knows. I'm sure someone on the dark web can find out.
I mean, potentially. People will know that it was one, but they don't have to know who it is.
They don't have to, but
I mean, I guess
much money, I'm sure there's gonna be a target on your back somehow.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Like, call me paranoid, but I'm not trying to get assassinated.
That's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, so after you do all that personal gain, you're not trying to help the world at all.
I'ma just see where I am after that.
Bitch, $2 billion, you'll be fine.
You don't know that.
Girl.
Because this guy's clearly not going to be fine.
Well, girl, okay, I'm assuming you're not going to be that idiotic, but maybe not. Maybe you are on that level of idiotism.
Okay, so let's recap what this guy did.
Okay, so he won $2 billion. He's cashing it in all at once, which results in pretty much it becoming around $1 billion. And then after taxes is more like $600 million.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
So it's not going to actually be $2 billion.
Because they don't tax real rich people like that.
Yeah. That's the real world tea. But still, $600 million is plenty, girl. Like,
Yeah,
you will be living lavishly for so long. But what he has done is bought a $25 million home in Los Angeles.
So fucking stupid.
Then he bought a second $4 million home somewhere else.
Why you need two?
And here's the other guy. He bought a third one that's more than both combined for $47 million.
And a house, at some point, you reach the diminishing point of return to where you can't actually make passive income on it because no one can afford that.
And the property tax is probably crazy.
Oh, you already know the property tax.
He also got himself a vintage Porsche for $250,000.
Are they all houses in California or something?
I forgot. I didn't look that part up.
Like, why the fuck do you need 3 houses?
Fully.
And then buying a car, the stupidest thing ever.
And he's already gone through 20% of his whole $600 million.
My God.
Like, that is insanity. This clearly shows someone who has never had money before.
Well, that's what happens.
It's what happens when you're poor and you suddenly get so much money, you just don't know what to do with it.
It's infamous. I mean, there are so many stories of people who win the lottery and blow it all. Yeah. This might be the most crazy one.
Yes, for sure.
But it's a culture. It's a byproduct of the culture of consumerism that we have in America.
100%.
And we don't teach people financial literacy.
That's the tea right there.
Because they don't want to teach people financial literacy. Because if we teach them financial literacy, then they're not going to buy all the stupid shit that we see in our face. All the stupid advertisements that they want to put in our fucking face.
Absolutely.
And they want to promote people making impulse purchases and buying stupid shit just to keep up with the Joneses. And it's so fucked up. American society doesn't actually care about their constituents. And that's just, we've been through that.
Fully. I mean, I feel like, did I talk to you about this last time? I feel like high school classes should require some sort of financial literacy class.
Oh, they should. The fact that they don't teach us how to file taxes is crazy.
Insane.
Because that's something that we're going to have to know. Everyone has to know.
Right. The only class sort of similar I had at all was econ. But like they just went like shallow level on how the economy works and like a little bit of politics.
Did your school have home ec?
I think so, but it was an elective. Okay. I think home ec should be required.
Home ec should be required, and every school should have it. My school didn't even fucking have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well,
no.
Your school was crazy.
Gross.
It was not even a school.
Let's not even talk about my school.
I feel like practical skills should be a required class you teach.
1 trillion.
Because some of these bitches be going into the real world not knowing how to do fucking simple things.
There used to be a class for how to cook.
How to cook.
How to file taxes.
How to do laundry.
How to do laundry. Because some of these whores don't even know that.
Fully. And some sort of financial literacy, how to invest, how stocks work.
Literally.
Something to get your head wrapped around that.
Like, I went to a financial class, but in college, in my senior year. And it was an elective that I had to choose to take.
I feel like that could also be a required class for all freshmen.
Right. But at that point, that's too late.
That is too late. Because not everyone goes to college.
Right. You need to do it in fucking high school.
100%.
Like, oh my fucking God. Like, like who the fuck is in charge of America?
I mean, that's where a lot of America's problems are happening, is with education.
They don't value education. I mean, so look at Gen Alpha. I mean, like,
oh my gosh, I would love to do an episode with our friend Lindsay.
We have to. On
education in elementary schools.
Yes.
We have a friend. She is currently a elementary school teacher.
Well, no, girl. She's a high school teacher.
Oh, she's high school?
Yes, girl. She's
so that'd be even more of a gag. I mean, she'll really tell you the ins and outs of the failures.
Realty.
Right. So
some of the stories she tells me got me shook.
Right. So whenever she's back in town, we got to get her up in this gig.
Yes.
Anyways, she probably don't even listen to our podcast no more.
Well, I'm going to text her the link.
She's probably busy, that's why.
No, she's busy. She's a working girl.
She is. I can't wait to see her.
Right, per.
But anyway, yeah, the story of the guy who won the lottery and is going broke.
Yeah, he's stupid as fuck.
Very, very dumb.
So, kind of in a similar vein to that, working and like life and stuff, how do you feel about the 40-hour work week? Are you a fan of that?
So basically 8 hours a week, 8 hours a day for Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah.
You know, that is what has been forever. And I think it's a little outdated.
Well, it hasn't been forever. You know
not?
okay, so the 40-hour work week, I think. Okay, so I was watching a video, so I don't know all the specifics, but it was saying that actually in medieval times...
Not medieval time, we're going way back.
Right. They used to work only 3 days a week. And the work would have... You would be provided food by your employer, and you would have naps within the work time.
Oh, I mean, even modern days in other countries, you have nap time.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Like in China.
They have nap time in China?
They do?
Really?
I don't remember if it's like work, but they definitely have it for school where you get a break in between the day. Like your lunch break is long.
I thought that's because they stay really long at school.
They do. They stay later in the day.
Right.
So, I don't know. There's pros and cons of that.
Right, but so what I was gonna say was that
during medieval times.
Right, during medieval times, it was the different culture. You would nap on the job.
Well, bitch, let's go back to fucking caveman times where they didn't work.
Well, girl, that's just...
How about that?
I mean, that was a just completely different life. You were being chased by dinosaurs.
I mean, so was medieval times. You were fucking beheaded all the time.
I mean, you're right.
The bubonic plague was coming for you.
You're right. But so what I was saying was they also didn't work. If they okay, so they would have Saturday, Sunday off essentially. And if they didn't want to come into work on Monday, they didn't have to. And most people didn't. So what it was that the workers had the power.
Right.
The people who were employers, they didn't have the power. Pretty much the people could do whatever the fuck they wanted, and the employers had to acquiesce to whatever they wanted.
Well, what I'm gagged is they even had workers. I'm surprised it's not just all slaves.
Right.
So.
Well, this was a little bit... This was like in medieval Europe, so I guess they were all like peasants or whatever. But serfs or whatever, I don't know what they're called. But so anyways, fast forward to the invention of the clock. And apparently that's the invention.
I've never thought about that.
Right.
Inventing a clock?
Yeah, so when the clock was invented, then it was the big thing. And
before that, did people just fucking use a sundial?
Well, yeah, they used sundials, or they would just like do it vibe. And that's what it said. It said before the invention of the clock, you could just walk into work at a general time. So there was no being late.
Right. You felt the vibe of the sun.
Right. And it was whenever you wanted, the vibe of the morning.
We should go back to that.
Girlfully. And the invention of the clock was when all of these employers were like, okay, now that the clock is the thing, I'm going to put a clock up here in the workroom so that everyone in the factory can see it. And I'm going to be like making sure that everyone is on time. So they literally got the government to fine people who were late. So if you were late to work, you were fined.
Ooh.
And if you were late to work a certain amount of times, then they could fire you.
When was the clock invented?
Not sure. You should look that up. But so what they used to do, though, was that they would actually fine the workers for getting to work not on time. But then they would turn back the knob of the clock to keep them at work longer. Because there was like no union or anything.
Apparently the world's first mechanical clocks have been built in Italy to southern Germany from around 1270 to 1300, which that is earlier than I thought, honestly.
Yeah, that is.
So I guess it's just a system of gears. So the clock's been around
for a while.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, it was with the invention of the clock that we kind of gave birth to modern capitalism as we know it.
Isn't it crazy that time is just literally fake?
Yeah.
Like completely made up by humans.
And it's just objective too.
But also it's crazy because without the time that we have all set for each other,
we couldn't even imagine the world.
Yeah. We can't comprehend what a day is, a week is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Honestly, I feel like they might have lived better lives. I was reading another thing.
Well, maybe not better lives.
Well, better in certain aspects.
Certain as in like maybe working, but like they had to deal with diseases, fucking wars, fucking demons.
I mean, do we not?
Witches.
Do people not have to deal with that now? We haven't eradicated diseases and wars.
I mean, okay, but you cannot compare the quality of life of medieval times to now.
I'm not saying that I would rather live in the medieval times. I'm not saying that at all.
Well,
but I'm saying that
you would not survive.
I'm just saying that there's probably a lot that we could probably learn. But people don't want to act like there's anything to learn from the past.
Yeah. I think for the 40-hour week, we should definitely let us have 3-day weekends. So make it a 32-hour week.
Fully.
Or if you're going to keep a 40-hour week, at least make it flexible so that people can choose their hours more.
Like you were saying, it's easy. It's actually been proven that if you have a shorter amount of work, but it's deep work, you could be more productive than just like surface level work from 9 to 5.
Yeah. And
people don't want to understand that.
And honestly, if you give people a 32-hour week and just a third weekend, a day of the weekend, then you're more likely to be more productive during those 4 days.
Right. Also, your employees will appreciate you a lot more, be more willing to do shit for you.
Exactly.
They're going to want to come into work. They're going to be actually excited about working.
Exactly.
They're not going to be like, fuck this job, fuck my employer, fuck this, which is how a lot of people are about work right now, because you're abusing people and you're squeezing out of them.
There are companies that do unlimited part-time pay time off.
But that's always a scam.
It's not really a scam, because I actually am I'm in the supporting group of that, because you are allowed to choose whenever you get a break. So usually it ends up people not taking as many breaks, but you're not pressured to like save up and like look forward to those days and dread coming to work every other day. Because now you take the pressure off completely of you can go into work technically whenever you are. You're just responsible for deadlines. You're just responsible for whatever. I think that's way more freedom.
Well, unlimited PTO doesn't necessarily mean that you have a flexible work job. I mean, you can have unlimited PTO but still be required to go in 9 to 5 every day.
Yeah, but if you wanted to take off, you can.
See, that's
it's
the
just
thing.
Maybe to your own detriment.
No, that's the thing. You can take off in theory. But in practice, if you take off more than 2 weeks, more than what is actually what people do, like
well, of
in
course,
society,
then you're going to have a meeting with HR,
right?
And they go
and
be
so,
like,
so the question is it really unlimited PTO? Because it's not. Because if we're gonna have a fucking meeting over me taking however many weeks off I want to take, then. Like, if you're getting your work done, it shouldn't even fucking matter. But
yes.
It does matter. And it's a lie, which is why I don't support that. Because it's never truly unlimited. It's a fucking lie. For me, I would rather you tell me up front how many weeks I'm allowed to have off. And just tell me, and I'll plan around that. But it would piss me the fuck off if I plan something that maybe I want to take a cruise or something. And then they're like, no, you can't take off that day. That's the other thing they do with you have unlimited PTO. They'll be like, oh no, we need you for this certain day. And it's like, well, I already scheduled this and I'm going to be out. And they're like, oh, well, no, you have to come back in. Because companies that have cultures like that are always going to want you to be on their clock.
I think a lot of things can be mitigated if you tell people ahead of time, your managers, whatever, ahead of time.
Yeah, but it also the relationship you have with your manager, do they actually care about you, or are they going to be mad at you?
It's work culture is also a social game.
It is.
You have to play social games, which is unfortunate, but that's just humans. And if you're in good graces with your managers,
then you can probably get away with a lot of shit.
You definitely can.
But if your manager fucking hates you,
I do think unlimited PTO is a little bit guided, or the name is misleading.
It's very misleading
because it feels like you can take. I mean,
it's literally false advertising.
In theory, you could never go to work, right? But like, it's more just an honor code or an honor system where you have the freedom of taking off whenever, but you still have expectations, and you need to be realistic and be in good graces with people.
Right, but realistic, that's subjective. It's subjective.
Yeah. So again, we're going back to social games.
Right.
So it's just you just have to play a good social game.
For me, I would rather not deal with that.
Well,
that's me personally.
Which is why I think people who have good soft skills and good communication skills and good charisma, you are set for wherever you work.
Honestly. 100%. 100%.
Rarely about the actual job you're doing. It's just if people like you, you got the golden ticket.
Well, I think that could be changing.
What?
With AI and stuff like that, because there's gonna be less and less room for people who are good charisma.
That's true.
And more room just for people who purely know the technical
I was
stuff.
on LinkedIn. I saw a job posting that was literally like an AI engineer or whatever, and the job description was basically like, help us make AI that can replace your positions. I'm like,
I have a friend who's literally doing that.
What kind of fucking pitch is that? Like, why would I want to join your team when I'm making a system that will literally take my job away?
You're right, but I think they pay you pretty well. Like, I have a friend who's actually doing that. Like, he's coding an AI that will essentially take his job.
Well, I'm sure they pay you well, but like for how long?
I'm like, right, get that check in the short term. Get the hell
out of there.
Right, get that check in the short term, I guess.
Right, but then it might benefit the long term, like industry wise.
Like you're fucking over the industry.
Exactly. So
I mean, we're in desperate times, girl. So desperate times really calling for desperate measures.
Right. That's the real plea. Let's talk about something else that is coming up, which is Spotify Wrapped.
Oh.
So, who do you think is going to be in your Spotify Wrapped?
I literally have no clue.
I hate Spotify Wrapped because for me, I don't really listen to specific artists like on repeat. I listen to a lot of
like individual songs.
Yes.
I'm the same way.
But then that's why my Spotify Wrapped is so like wrong a lot of times, because it'd be telling me artists that I listen to, like my top artists. I'm like, I maybe listen to their like 2 songs.
No, you're right.
But because I listen to so many individual songs, that the artists that I listen to maybe a little bit more get like way more attention.
Yeah, for me, it's always usually the same artists. Like Charlie XCX is always in mine.
I know, like Billie Eilish is still on mine. I'm like, I haven't listened to her since 2020.
Wow. And then the other thing that gets me annoyed is whenever I listen to an album, right? Because I'm listening to the album, doesn't mean that I actually listen to that artist. But it always shows that artist up. It's like, you really love so-and-so artist. And I'm like, I literally just listened to their album once.
Right.
Like, wasn't loving it. But yeah, for me, I care more about the songs than the artists for Spotify Wrapped. But a lot of people are like boycotting Spotify Wrapped right now.
Why?
Because they're saying, so apparently Spotify rolled out a thing recently where they're gonna start paying people less money depending on how many streams you get, like artists.
Oh.
And a lot of artists are telling people to boycott Spotify now because of that, because they're trying to not give money to smaller artists essentially, and trying to keep more of the money for bigger artists.
You know, that makes sense.
It does make sense, but also Spotify, a big part of Spotify is not only the listeners, it's the artists.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of indie artists who use Spotify. And
which is why you see a lot more indie artists trying to go blow up on TikTok.
Right. But I mean, blowing up on TikTok doesn't have a streaming platform though.
No, they don't, but it definitely has a conversion to Spotify.
Oh no, it does 100%. But I was going to say people are now trying to like boycott Spotify, and I was going to say maybe now is the time for people to create a new streaming platform. Or a new platform in general. Because people seem very annoyed with Spotify. Very over it.
That's true. But Spotify, I see them not going anywhere anytime soon.
They're also not profitable as a company.
Really?
Yeah, they're not.
Oh, I actually think I saw something like that. Also, Netflix is not profitable, right?
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, I think I did see something like that.
All of these streaming things that were big disruptors in the 2010s, I think that we're going to see them start to fade away.
Right.
I don't know what's going to replace it. I have no clue. Maybe we'll get to the point where piracy is just legal.
Well, I mean,
shout out,
do what you gotta do.
Shout out F movies. The government fully knows. No, because
we gotta gatekeep that.
No, fully gatekeep it. But look.
Oh yeah, I saw
wait,
that.
No.
They had to change their.
Yeah, they changed it, but that's not even what I was trying to show you.
Well, okay. Let's while you're showing me that. Let's play a game of guessing the top 10 most streamed artists on Spotify.
Okay, that's good. But also, really, really quick.
Okay, what?
You type in F movies on Google, it tells you what it is.
I mean, yeah.
It says it's a pirating thing. Like, I'm screaming. Like,
yeah, I know.
They have it right there. So, girl, they fully know what the hell it is.
I know.
They just haven't taken it down for whatever
Her
reason.
time is coming though.
I don't know. I literally have I have a conspiracy theory that F movies is like a thing that a different country made, and as a part of like a treaty agreement or whatever, that they're not like taking it down.
Oh, she really making conspiracy theories.
That's my theory. Like my theory is that the government fully knows about it, but like
they gonna shadow ban us now that
you're right. You're right.
Let's redact that.
Okay, but so most top artists.
Yeah, who do you think is number 1?
Well, should we go like opposite, like 1
number
to 10?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna look at this list. Don't look at it.
Okay.
Okay, who do you think number 10 is? It is a male.
It's a male.
Yeah.
Wait, turn it away from me. Turn it away.
Well, I can't really move this. So.
Okay, well, I have to be in frame also.
I mean, be in frame, just don't look at my screen. Okay, it is a male.
Am I in frame?
You are in frame, girl.
Okay, it's a male.
It's a male.
Number 10.
Yes.
Justin Bieber.
No, but Justin Bieber is on this list at number 7. So we'll do number.
Not her spoiling.
Right.
Ed Sheeran.
No, surprisingly, Ed Sheeran. Oh no, Ed Sheeran is on this list. He's number 5.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Male.
Male, kind of a rapper, but
a rapper.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Like I don't even know if I can really call him a
Is
rapper.
he white or black?
He's white.
I don't even know.
There's actually 2 white rappers on here.
I don't even listen to rappers or white rappers.
Do you want to tell you?
Sure.
It's Post Malone.
Oh. Well, good for him.
And
I mean, I like some of his music.
There's another white rapper, a very notable
for 9.
For number 8.
Well, let's go in order. So who's number? So number 9.
Okay, 9 is a group.
Group. Huh. What type of music?
I don't want to say because it would be really obvious.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Group?
Yes.
Is it Spanish?
No, but it is foreign.
And you know who this artist is?
Yes. I mean, I don't listen to them, but like we've mentioned them before.
We've mentioned them?
Yeah.
Foreign? So they're not white.
They're not white. I just talked about them earlier today.
Oh, wait, with me?
Like today, like.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say K-pop. Oh,
is,
BTS?
Yes, it's BTS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So number 8 is another white rapper.
Eminem.
Yes, it's Eminem.
Girl, how?
I know. I'm like, he still makes music. But okay, number 6 is a woman.
It's a woman. So
yes.
Pop music.
Pop music.
Dua Lipa.
No, it's not. Dua Lipa's not even top 10. I'm gagged.
That's a gag.
That is a gag.
Well, she hasn't released any new music. Maybe that's why.
I mean, besides the Barbie one.
Right.
Is it
Lizzo?
Ooh, that would be super, super gaggy, but I don't think Lizzo's ever been top 10.
Yeah, no, she's not that relevant. Okay, so a pop
someone
star,
way more relevant.
Way more relevant than them?
Yeah.
I mean, Ariana Grande?
Yes, it's Ariana.
Ooh.
So
she's kind of low.
She is kind of low. But, I mean, she also hasn't had an album out for a while.
You're right.
And then number 5 we said is Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Number 4 is another man.
Another man. Is it pop or...
It's pop, yeah.
Is it rap at all?
Sometimes. Not white.
Is it Drake?
Drake is number 1. Isn't that gaggy?
Oh, I just saw it.
Ooh.
Is it?
Spoiled it.
Is that for this year?
It is currently, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How was that? Because I thought for sure there would be one specific artist for number 1.
Who do you thought it was number 1?
Don't tell me where they are.
Okay.
But Taylor Swift, I mean, is she not?
Taylor Swift is definitely on this list. Do you want me to tell you where she is?
No, let's just keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so
Drake is number 1.
So number 4.
Number 4.
Is that where we were?
Yes.
I give up. Who is it?
It's The Weeknd.
He's that low?
I feel like that's a fair placement for him.
But he was like number 1 last year.
Was he? Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm gagged Drake's number
Why is
1.
Drake that high?
Right.
I'm really lost.
Okay, number 3. So we only have 2 and 3.
Well, I already saw who 2 and 1 was. So is Taylor Swift 3?
Taylor Swift's 3. That's also low from what I thought.
That's low. I thought she was 1. I for sure thought
she would be 1 too, but Drake stands.
I mean, culturally, this is her year.
Yeah.
Culturally, she won 2023.
Yeah. And you saw number 2?
Girl, yeah, I saw number 2.
It's Bad Bunny.
Which, girl, the Hispanics love him.
I have only listened to maybe 2 of his songs, but I'm sure he's big in Hispanic countries.
Yeah, he is.
What I'm gagged at is Doja Cat's not on this list at all.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gagged Beyonce's not on this list at all.
I'm not. Personally.
Ooh. When we continue the Beehive hate.
Well.
Number 11 is Kanye West.
Ooh.
12 is J Balvin.
People still streaming him?
I guess so.
Are you sure this list is from this year?
I mean...
Because how the fuck is Juice WRLD on this list?
I mean, you be gagged, girl. You be gagged. Gagged for sure.
And Post Malone, like, he's big, but is he that big?
I guess so.
And Coldplay?
Coldplay is also a gag because I don't be listening.
Do they even have a new song?
Dua Lipa's 16.
Damn.
Right. That's pretty low. Well, let us know what you guys thought.
Yeah, what are y'all listening to?
Right. Chime in if you listen to Juice WRLD. Okay, let's have one more topic before we leave today.
Okay, so there was something that I read. We kind of gave up on weird news segment, but let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back. This is our weird news.
Right. So pretty much my friend told me about this thing that happened and I had to go look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, it was this man. Okay, so you know what an eel is, right?
Of course I know what an eel is.
Have you ever held an eel?
I've eaten an eel before.
But have you seen like a live eel before?
No.
But you know how they look and you know like they're really long.
They're like snakes
of the water.
Have you seen Little Mermaid? Like those are eels.
There's eels in the Little Mermaid.
Like Jetsam or Lutsam or whatever.
I don't remember that. But so you know what an eel is.
Yes.
So essentially there was a Chinese man who decided to put a 20 centimeter long eel inside his rectum.
Oh.
And let's just say it didn't really work out well for him.
Like on purpose?
So let's see. A Chinese man nearly died after allegedly inserting a wiggling 8-inch eel into his backside to treat his constipation. To
treat his constipation?
Girl, I don't know.
With an eel?
Girl, maybe that's some ancient Chinese medicine. I really don't know. But so he decided to do that. And eels have teeth. And the eel...
It was alive?
Yes. And so the eel was essentially trying to claw his way out.
Girl.
And
I would be too if I was the eel.
Right. And so what happened is that the eel then literally took a bite out of his inner abdomen.
Oh, wow.
And
wait, so how far did it go?
I don't know. I guess it was swimming up.
Like, did the guy not even have, like, holding the end of the eel?
No.
Preventing it from going all the way up?
No, I guess he would just let it slide.
So he actually stupid?
I mean, you have to be pretty stupid to even try that, I have to be honest.
Like, I'm like, okay, 8 inches, a dead eel, maybe. But it's a live eel. Like,
and apparently he said he initially avoided seeking medical attention for the pain because he was shy.
Oh.
So yeah, R.I.P. to him. The eel survived. He died? The eel survived.
I'm happy for the eel. That is a success story for the eel. Honestly, good for the eel. We should have a full, Christopher Nolan movie dedicated to that eel.
The live fish tore through the man's intestines before. Oh my
god.
Okay, so the eel died before dying and getting stuck in his abdomen for a week.
Okay, you just made me go through a roller coaster of emotions. Now I'm depressed that eel died.
Oh, and the man was alive. The man was treated in intensive care for 3 days before being discharged.
Oh, so he's alive? Oh.
Well, let's just say Godspeed.
There's room for everyone.
There's room in his anal cavity.
This actually reminds me. Okay, I guess we're talking about bestiality at this point.
Oh my lord!
So there was a video recently of this guy who left his phone at some restaurant or bar or something, Not her on her phone during work hours.
Okay, what happened, girl?
So this guy left his phone. He didn't have a password, and people. Oh. Okay, so he just showed me that the guy who put the eel up his bum, his name is Elias. So I'm scared now. I'm scared.
Girl, what type of Chinese person named Elias? That's my question.
Right. Maybe it's short for Elijah Ping.
Oh my lord.
So, what was I gonna say?
You were talking about something.
Oh, you got me talking about bestiality. That's
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Okay. So these people found this guy's phone. Right, it was unlocked, and they went through his camera roll.
Oh no.
And what they found in it was a video of him and his horse, and he was like petting the horse. Whatever. It looked normal at the beginning. Then he turns around, pulls down the pants. And then the horse knows exactly what to do and straddles the guy. Its two front legs on top of the guy's shoulder. And then they start riding. So, yeah.
So, did he die?
No, he's alive. But there was a guy who died from fucking a horse.
But I thought I heard that because
this is a
I don't
guy,
think.
though.
Okay, but how is a horse? Because have you seen their penises?
Oh, yeah, it's big.
So I don't understand how you're surviving after that.
Well, you know, certain people have a lot going up their butts. Like a lot. That should not be.
I mean,
there was also that guy that died from fucking a chair.
Literally.
Remember that?
Literally.
Like, y'all are so bored you're putting dangerous objects up your ass?
You just can't get any? Or you
literally and the video was so strange because the horse knew exactly what to do, so it's not their first time.
Oh, that's so sad for that horse.
I agree, because the horse definitely doesn't know what it's doing.
Or maybe she liked it, I don't know.
Right, the horse freaky deaky too. They committing
they really want to put us on the list.
Actually, we're reporting important information out here. Well, anyways, we should go before...
Someone call ASPCA.
Fully. Someone call PETA.
Someone call PETA.
Right. So we are just reporting information that is important to the world that needs to be having light shown upon
everyone needed to know that.
Exactly.
Actually.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, people.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. And if you did, make sure you subscribe.
Right. And don't try that at home.
Please don't try that. And if you do, keep it to yourself.
Just don't do it.
Right.